This is The Scoop for Thursday.
I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines. Pinellas County and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission say they are monitoring red tide levels in several locations throughout the county. Medium concentrations of red tide were detected off St. Pete Beach, Madeira Beach, and the Dunedin Causeway. Low levels were found off Pass-a-Grille, the Clearwater Intracoastal Waterway, and Honeymoon Island. Officials said it's not yet known if this red tide bloom is related to Hurricane Helene. They caution that residents cleaning up their homes may experience respiratory irritation if red tide concentrations become high enough. A nationwide strike of dock workers is impacting Port Tampa Bay, one of 4 in the state. WMNF's Chris Young reports port officials say it all comes at a vulnerable time after Hurricane Helene.
No contract, no work. No contract, no work. No contract, no work.
About 36 workers asking for higher wages chanted and waved signs outside of Port Tampa Bay. They are some of the 45,000 International Longshoresmen Association members whose contracts expired earlier this week. Nicholas DeFresco is with the ILA in Tampa. He says members will be picketing until a deal is reached.
We just want a fair contract with fair increases that keep up with the inflation and trying to project that inflation moving forward.
Michael Rubin is the president and CEO of the Florida Ports Council. He says the strike will affect goods received like construction materials and furniture, all things people need after Helene's impacts in the area. Rubin says grocery stores could see empty shelves from disruptions in the supply chain of frozen food.
That one has us very concerned because obviously there's a short shelf life on the movement of those goods. And we are concerned that, there may be an impact on the grocery shelves with respect to those.
Ports in Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami will likely feel the strike's effects as well. Chris Young, WMNF News, Tampa.
Pinellas County was hard hit with storm surge during Hurricane Helene. WMNF's Leah Burdick spoke with some residents about their recovery efforts.
The once joyful and vibrant Clearwater Beach has turned silent and dull. Sand covers the streets and parts of people's lives rest on the curbs waiting for collection.
For me, this is definitely the worst that I've seen. I haven't been here all that long, but from what a lot of the locals have been telling me that have been here 20, 30 years, this is definitely the worst that they've ever seen it.
Matt Black is the owner of Clearwater Pass Gym. He says even though it wasn't a direct hit, the storm surge devastated the community. Black says cleanup has been a team effort the past few days.
The community has really been coming together to get the beach back on track again. And I think everyone's going to come back better and stronger than ever before.
Most businesses are still cleaning out ruined merchandise and other goods. Devon Barbeau just lost his apartment.
We had 4-foot waters outside of our apartment, and we had 3-foot water inside the apartment, basically ruining all of my items that I had in my room.
Barbeau is from Indian Rocks Beach, but now calls himself a former resident. Clearwater officials says even though access is open again, now is not the time to come sightsee. Leah Burdick, WMNF News in Clearwater.
Meanwhile, Lisa Dwyer reports Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is warning that FEMA does not have enough funding to last through hurricane season.
Mayorkas says that the Federal Emergency Management Agency can meet immediate needs, but would need Congress to provide additional funds. Mayorkas was not specific on how much additional money the agency may need, but his remarks underscore concerns voiced by President Joe Biden and some lawmakers earlier this week that Congress may need to pass a supplemental spending bill this fall to help states with recovery efforts. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
In weather, it's going to be partly sunny with a high of 91 today and a 50% chance of afternoon thunderstorms. The feels-like temperature will be over 100 degrees. The same forecast is on tap for Friday. I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.